Know the number?
32.
32. This is a smart class. How many teeth do you have when you don't have any adult teeth, when you're small, younger than this?
20.
20. You guys are really smart. You guys want to be dentists? You're budding dentists right here. Good. Yeah, so 32 teeth as an adult and 20 teeth as a child. Now, how do you think you get 32 teeth to fit in a little head? 32. How do they fit? That's right. Very good. Your jaw grows and your head gets bigger to make room for the teeth. That's right, but sometimes our jaws don't grow big enough, so when you hear about wisdom teeth that you have to have them taken out, there's no room for them. Now I'm going to ask a really hard question. Does anybody know why we don't have any room for the third molars anymore? What happened? There's no more space, but say we go back 2 million years. That's right, dinosaurs. Or say there was a caveman that just came upon the earth, right? He had his wisdom teeth fit his head. In fact, I've seen skulls of these old remains, and they had all 32 teeth in their head. So what do you think happened from there to now? What changed? Anybody know? That's one thing, yeah.
There was a new type of pigment that got put for the arms.
Well, this is a difficult question, but what happened is this part of our head grew big, and this part of our head grew smaller. That's all that happened as we got older. And if you see if you go to a museum and you see what the old remains look like, this part was big and this part was small. But our brains grew and our mouth grew smaller because it became more efficient. Efficient meaning it worked better as we changed in our time. Well, good. So I explained a little about how we've evolved as teeth. Now, who here thinks teeth are like bones? Well, they feel as hard as a bone, right? But you want to hear something really cool? They're really actually sensory organs. Oh, there's a big word. What's a sensory organ? Your eye, your ear, anything that sense, right? Hearing, seeing, tasting, touching, smelling. Exactly. When we're babies, before we're born, they're actually sensory organs. That's why when you drink something cold, your teeth get like sensitive? Yeah, because they're alive. They're so alive they can repair themselves. If they get damaged, teeth can fix themselves. If they're not damaged, too bad. But actually, teeth are sensory organs, even though it appears like there are bones, but they're not. So what happened is we got a big tooth. That's a huge tooth. And you got different layers of the tooth. All right? Does anybody know the name of the outer layer of the tooth? The hardest part of it's the hardest thing in our human body. Anybody know the name?
Jaw.
The tooth now. The tooth itself. Enamel. Enamel, right? Enamel. Enamel is the hardest thing in the human body. It's pretty hard to mess up. But guess what? We do a pretty good job to mess them up. I got a bunch of fillings in my mouth from cavities. But enamel is super, super hard. Okay? Underneath the enamel, there's another layer. Does anybody know the name of that layer? Dentin. Dentin. Okay? This is a live part of the tooth. And under the dentin is probably the most important thing of the tooth. And you may have heard it from your parents, right in the middle here. No. The nerve of the tooth. But I'm going to give you a name that we dentists use. This is called the pulp. P-U-L-P. There you go. The nerve of the tooth is called the pulp of the tooth. And that's the living part of the tooth that fixes our tooth. If you get a cavity or you break a tooth like this, a chip comes out, this is so alive, it repairs this. It repairs it. It'll fix it. But if the cut is really deep, it may not repair so good. But the dental pulp repairs our teeth. That's where new cells come from. That's also because you drink something cold and you feel it, or hot, or a tooth hurts, it comes from the pulp. So you know the three important layers of the tooth. Very good. You also know other things about the mouth.
Is it that hard thing in the middle of your gum?
No, we're about to talk about that though. So we got the parts of the tooth. What else do we have in our mouth? Gums, right? Gums are important, right? And under the gums, what do we have under, what holds the teeth in?
Oh, our tongue?
No.
The roots that are in gum.
The roots, very good. So they, like a tree, I don't have enough room here, but roots are long. Actually, roots are like an iceberg. Part of, only 10% of the tooth is above the gum, 90% of the tooth is below the gum. They're long. And some teeth have one root, some teeth have up to 5 roots, depending. Okay, and that makes them anchored in the bone. So great, so we have a tooth, we have bone, well I didn't talk about bone, sorry. We have roots, we have gums, and then you have your bone, right? Now who thinks teeth stay in your bone just like a nail in a piece of wood? Well, nobody does, good. Teeth are held into your bone by, and you've heard this word, has anybody heard the word ligaments before?
No.
Yeah. Ligaments, like they hold your bones together. Well, ligaments hold your teeth into the bone. Okay? And the reason I'm going to go into the dental health part of today is because the ligaments of the teeth are really important. And that's one thing that we don't understand how to take care of so well. And I'm going to teach you how to take care of it. Okay? So we have the enamel, we have the dentin, we have the pulp. The enamel has to be protected all the time. So what do we do every day to protect our enamel? Brush our teeth. Very good. With a toothpaste, right, and a toothbrush. And toothpaste. And what's in toothpaste that makes the enamel even stronger? What's in it? It's a chemical name. You hear it on TV all the time. Fluoride. Ooh, fluoride's good. Fluoride's our friend. Fluoride makes the enamel even harder, so you can't get a cavity started. So when you look at your toothpaste, make sure in the ingredients in the back it says fluoride, because that's very important. Some toothpaste do not have fluoride. Yes?
Back where I used to live in Ohio, there used to be fluoride in every kind of like bowl, and now.
That's right. She's got a very good point. Fluoride's not just in toothpaste. It can be in your drinking water. It's given to you when you're a little baby. The pediatrician gives you drops to drink. Because not only does it protect your teeth, it protects your bones. Fluoride's really important. So you got toothpaste and fluoride. You've got toothbrush. What else do you do? Now that you got permanent teeth, what do you have to do? Floss. Very good. Now there's 2 reasons why you floss. The first reason, obviously, is to clean the teeth. Because they touch so tight, your toothbrush is not